You want to learn how to make a super simple Christmas chimney for your Christmas this year? Hang around, watch the video, we'll show you how to do it. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Mark's Life 101. I'm Mark, and this is my life. Welcome back to Mark's Life 101. I'm Mark, and this is
Shannon.
And we got a little Christmas project going on today. She was looking through the internet and she seen something she liked. She's like, hey, I think we can do that. So we're going to try and give you a little video of it. What we're going to do is in this corner, we're going to build a fake fireplace that's super simple. You can do it with cardboard. I have 6 of these giant cardboard boxes that I got with another project that's coming up soon that we're going to use to do this project with. So some of the parts we have went ahead and pre-cut as to keep the video shorter. So Shannon's kind of shy, so y'all bear with her till she learns the video processing. But anyways, the first thing we're going to do is we're gonna start with a box, and we're going to leave them whole. There's styrofoam inside of these boxes, which is really good about keeping them sturdy. And we want it to be as sturdy as we can have it, because when we have our Christmas here, there's probably going to be kids around. And, you know, hopefully it'll hold up. So we're going to show you the building process. And then we're probably going to stop the video and we're going to do the painting process. We'll try and get some of that if we can. And then hopefully we'll be able to show you the finished product. So what we'll do is we'll take this cardboard.
That's the doors on the
Yeah. And we're going to set it in this corner, and this is what we're going to start with. We're just going by a picture that we've seen. So this gives us some kind of idea of what we want to end up with. So you hold that. All right, what I thought, I wanted it to be pretty sturdy. So I took some more of these boxes, and as you see, I left the styrofoam in them. And I cut them to length to go in the corners. I also took one and put in the center like this to make it more sturdy. Let me get the other box. Now basically we have the bottom part of it made. I went ahead and pre-cut the top. What I did was took one of the sides of the boxes and measured what I needed and cut a triangle. Kind of looks like an airplane, but cut a triangle out of it, and this is what I ended up with. So the ideal is for this to be the top. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because you're going to put cotton on the top up here, and you know, you can just work with it however you need to. All this takes to do is something to cut with, something to measure with, a level, a pencil, and tape. It takes tape. I'm using some really good packaging tape. I also have some masking tape if I do need it for a temporary set. You're awfully quiet. Okay, so we got it all laid out, and we're cutting the door or the hole for the fireplace, the chimney part. So here we go. Alright, there's that part now. We left these boxes had styrofoam inside of them, and we left that in there just to keep them more sturdier. But we still got a lot to do with it. The ideal is, this is a box, you know, like it's got 2 layers. So we're gonna cut the front layer out where we can decorate the back layer. So, but we gotta cut all the styrofoam out too. So. Alright, so it's cut out. So what we've already done, we've already cut the door on our front box. So I'm going to turn this box around where you can see what we did. Now we just got an idea of what we wanted the fireplace section to look like and marked it out and cut out one side of the box. And you can still see the styrofoam in there, but you know, we're hoping that in painting, we'll take care of all of that. Super simple design. We've been working on this about, I don't know, maybe an hour, just trying to figure out how to do this and making a few cuts and stuff. So if you wanted to do this, anybody can do this, right?
Yep.
You could do this by yourself, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, that's the base of our fireplace. In the picture that we seen, there's also a chimney, and then there's like a thing at the top. I don't know what you really call it, but we did not have the box for the chimney, so we took one of these and took it apart and cut it to the size that we wanted and taped it all back together. And you go get that. And ended up with what we wanted it to be. So there we go. So it's just basically a square box. If you can come up with 2 boxes the same size, you can do it that way. But we made a box like you normally would make a box if you were going to ship something. And we folded one end in and taped it up just like normal. The other one we left the flaps out. Now on the back, I folded the flap in, but on the other 3 sides, I folded it out so that we'll be able to tape this down to the lid and it will stay there. So basically it just goes like this. And now you have a chimney on your fireplace. I'm going to move the camera up just a little bit where you can see the top. There we go. Now we needed one more box, and it's just a Walmart box, but this worked out great. I'm not exactly sure what you call this part of it, but it kind of looks cool when you put it up there. All right, so there it is. That's our fireplace. Now we're gonna paint the top white. We're gonna paint inside the fireplace hole black, and we haven't decided if we're gonna put
A
Grinch or
flames for fireplace.
in here yet. We have a fireplace in our living room. This is in our dining room, and we just thought we'd try this and see if we could do it. It's super simple. Anybody can do this. Just cardboard. You can get cardboard free anywhere. This thing, like I said, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it does kind of, give some good look to it. We're gonna paint these red, paint the front red, and then we're gonna put lines on them. We're gonna make this look like brick. We're gonna attempt to, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully this thing will turn out kind of neat, I think what we got so far is pretty neat, and no more time than it's taken us to do this. You got anything you want to say about it?
If you have kids and you don't have a fireplace.
Yeah, you could actually probably, this is pretty sturdy.
It'll just be something where you could act like, Santa's coming down the chimney.
Right, and you could also put your stocking hangers on it if you needed to, something like that. Which we hang ours in the living room. We have it's built wood, but it's an actual fake fireplace with a fake logs in it, and it's kind of cool. Anyways, let's go take this thing apart. Let's go do some painting. Let's see what we end up with, right?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Okay, I'm outside and I'm gonna take this white spray paint that we had in the house and I'm gonna spray paint the top of the chimney and then, or the fireplace, and then the top of the chimney with this paint and see what it looks like.
Right. Now it'll just be light coats, because it'll take several coats to get it to cover, because cardboard soaks up paint. But you know, hopefully we can get it kind of white. That's the ideal. This particular part is not really important because it's going to be covered with cotton on top of it, so it doesn't have to be just perfectly white. But as you can see, it's starting to take some color, so you probably let it dry a little bit and then we'll put some more on it. Okay, so for this top part, and I still don't know what it is, I'll try to look that up and put a link in the description, but we're going to use a gray on it. I think in the picture that we seen, it was silver.
Yeah, gray or silver.
So gray is silver, so we're going to use a gray on that one. So she's going to, you got it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's going to cover way better. Well, just as a hint, that is gray primer. So you can also get white primer. So that might be the way to go with the painting process. Now you only have to paint the sides that you can see. I mean, you can paint it all if you want to, but you know, I would just worry about painting what you can see.
I don't remember what we can see, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. All right, now we're gonna get the other parts, and we actually, I think we're gonna paint the red with a roller.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got a gallon of it's a rustic red, kind of like this building over here, and it will look more like brick, I think, than red spray paint. So, all right, we're gonna get that out here, and we'll try that. Okay, so we got the other two parts out here, the fireplace front and the chimney front, and we're gonna paint inside the fireplace area. We're gonna paint that black, and then we're gonna paint the rest of it red. All right, where's your black paint? Shake it up good.
Okay.
I think if we prime this first, it will paint easier.
It might not look bad gray.
All right, we just learned something. The flat gray primer, if you put that on first, it seems to cover well. So We're gonna let that dry a little bit, and we're gonna work on the other, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna paint that black. So, how are we putting this on? Brushes?
Yep. We're gonna have to brush it on.
All right. I don't know which ones are good. Whichever one you want. Let's just do a test on this, see how it works. We might have to do primer on it. That's pretty red. No, I think this is gonna cover.
It looks like brick.
Yeah, that's a good color. I'm not a painter. Alright, so we're gonna put the rest of this red on this thing and we'll be right back. Okay, so we got the chimney part painted red, and now Shannon's about to paint the black over the gray primer that we put on. Yeah, this covers a little better. This is a great project you can do with your kids, or you and your significant other, or whatever, you know, just something to do. You're probably gonna spend maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours doing this, according to how fast you work, but it's kind of cool. It's neat to do a project every now and again that's just for the women. Alright, we're gonna let that dry a little bit, and then we're gonna put one more coat on the black, and that should take care of that.
And we gotta paint the front red.
Then we're gonna start on the red. Okay, so we got the second coat of the black done, and we're about to start on the red. So I'll show you how we do that. It's just pretty simple. You ain't gotta be a professional painter to do this, apparently, because I'm doing it. Some dents in the cardboard here.
Yeah, there's some in the black fireplace. It's okay.
Gives it some character.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna finish painting this up and let it dry, and then show you what the final finished product.
Yeah, minus a few.
Something like that. We got the red painted on, and we decided that what we were gonna do was use the red for a primer because the cardboard soaks up paint so much. And then we're gonna paint it gray. So we're gonna do that now. All right. So I'll paint some, you can paint some too. But we want the whole thing covered in gray, because that is gonna be the bed coat and stuff for our brick. I think I said white earlier, but brick has a gray coat to it. And you don't have to put the primer like we did. You can just go straight gray if you want to. Okay, that's pretty good.
Looks good.
Right. You want to paint one?
Sure.
We have enough to get this covered. It's going to be amazing.
Maybe a little bit.
I don't think so. It ain't looking good for the home table. Yeah, just enough, I think. I think that would be good enough. Basically, the gray is just going to be the bed joints of the brick anyway, so I think that's good enough. We ran out of gray paint, and we're so close, I think we're just going to go with it and see what it looks like when we get done. Okay, we've got the gray paint dry, and we're ready to start making it look like brick. So what we're going to do is I bought the sponge, and I took a kitchen bread knife and cut this sponge in half to make two, which is really close to the size of a brick. I pulled some little divots out of it here and there to just kind of give it some texture. Now what you don't want to do, there goes the cat. What you don't want to do is dip this sponge into paint and then do it. It will be a mess. You take a brush and you just paint it on the sponge, just like you were painting the sponge, until you get the sponge coated pretty good. You can do 2 or 3 bricks with each sponge coating. So this is the first time we've ever tried this. No guarantees on how it's going to work, but here you go. I'll let you do the honors.
Oh boy.
And we're going to start on the bottom and work our way across. This is our ninja kitty here. He thinks he's a ninja.
I have to press hard.
Might be kind of hard to do sitting up on this chair like this. But. All right, so you're doing okay. We're gonna just keep on doing it. Spread it out.
Not that much.
Yeah, I'll hold it where you can push on it. All right, so that's a start. I think it looked good when you get it all done. So
Yeah.
you probably want to go back and get more paint and we'll go again. I'm going to work on the other side. This is probably the most time-consuming part of this. And knowing how much paint to put on your sponge is also, I guess that's something you learn as you do this.
Okay, now this one goes right here, right?
Yeah, half and half. Looks to me like long as you put pretty level pressure on your sponge, it does a pretty good job of making a brick print.
Oops.
We can fix anything we mess up. Super kitty,
He's gonna
or
help.
ninja cat.
Mm-hmm.
We call him that because he likes to fight all the time, and he fights with the air. He'll fight with anything. I think the trick is trying to keep these brick over here in line with the bricks that she is doing. I'm closer. Maybe.
I don't know. My gaps and lines ain't gonna be.
Like I told y'all, this is our first time doing this, so it's a learning process for us, but
It
it is
looks
kind of cool.
fun and interesting.
When I first looked into doing this, I thought, oh, that'd be easy. We'll just pour out some paint in a pan. Woo! Dip the sponge in. But after I did a little more research, I found out that that was a bad idea. So what we wanted to do was just paint it on there like that, and that seems to be the best way. And don't worry if it's not perfect, because how many brick walls have you seen that's perfect? All right, we're gonna finish this piece up and we're gonna start on the chimney and we'll come back. Okay, so we got the base of it done. It ain't perfect, but you know, whatever it is, it looks good to us, so it'll be perfect for us. She's gonna start on the chimney part, and we're gonna do the front of the chimney, and then we're gonna try and make the sides kind of match it. So that's where we're at. But this is a pretty fun project. I've never done this before. I did look online to see how to go about making these bricks, and this is great. That's a great way to do it. With practice, you could probably do this on a wall and make it look really good, but you know, some of our spacing ain't right. But like I say, we've never done it before. All right, we're gonna finish this up and we'll come back when we get ready to start putting it together. All right, y'all, we got all the parts finished and we're back inside and we're gonna put this thing together, right?
Yep.
All right, so start with the front. All right, and then the top. Now, if you choose to, you can put some tape on this and tape it together. I think we're pretty good with it like it is right now, until we get ready to start doing the taping. Shannon did a really good job painting the brick. Way better than I did. Oh, wait a minute. We should put the old top part on first. And I need some tape. Hopefully we can just roll this around like this. I'm only gonna get one shot at sticking it on there. Right, so me do it.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it no better than you would. I think the ceiling will pretty much kind of hold it on there, but let's see. It looks about right, don't it?
Mm-hmm. Take it.
So it's sticking off the back of it. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we got the top part on. Let's go over the rest. So we got the box too far. There we go. That's how we want it, right? Alright, so there's what the top ends up looking like, and the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna take this is called a snow cover blanket. I put that around the bottom. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these little fins here down to kind of hold all this up together. And we might possibly put a piece or two of tape across here just to kind of keep everything tucked in good. So, ready?
Okay.
Alright, you be getting that and I'll put some tape on this thing.
This is a big one.
Tape is sticky. I'm gonna do those two. We're just putting it together with tape so that it will be easy storage in case we want to use it another year. We just take the tape off and disassemble it, and it'll go right together. Okay. Now we're ready to just kind of put this around here a little bit. Well, you'll have to do that woman's touch thing, straighten it up. Anyways, this is our project. I can't get it all in the shot at one time, but I hope y'all have enjoyed this. I hope this gives you an idea of something you might want to do. I think all in all, for some old wasted cardboard and a little bit of time and some old paint, I think it's turned out great. What do you think?
I think it's cute.
Exactly what you had in mind?
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Alright, y'all. There's the finished product. What do you think, Miss Shannon?
I like it.
So we ended up putting a little village on top, and she's got her Grinch upside down, trying to steal Christmas in there. And there it is. It turned out really good, I think so. And it's got some lights in it, but it's hard to show it on camera. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe, share our channel, and y'all come back and see us. We'll see you next time. God bless you. Say bye.
Bye.